Nearly 6,000 people die after being hit by a car, and another 129,000 pedestrians end up being treated in the emergency room. But figuring out who is at fault may not be as clear-cut as it seems. With more on this important topic is Larson Larimer. He's one of the partners at the law firm of Larson Larimer. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
So let's talk about how common pedestrian accidents involving cars. I mean, I gave a few stats there. They seem staggering.
Yeah, right now we have 3 big cases of auto pedestrian accidents, and there's a lot of things that people don't realize. A lot of times they think that, hey, if I wasn't in the crosswalk, well, there's no recovery. And you know, some of the things that you'll think about is most of them are after dark. Most of them are kids, which is unusual, and most of them occur with people walking outside of the crosswalk. But they also occur quite frequently when other drivers aren't paying attention.
Yes.
And they have the opportunity to avoid these collisions with pedestrians, and they don't do so.
So do pedestrians have the right of way?
Yeah, in Colorado, the law is very favorable to pedestrians because the automobiles obviously can do great harm to the pedestrians, and the law in Colorado favors the pedestrians even if they're outside the crosswalk.
We're going to do the best we can to answer all of your questions, but we only have 5 minutes here, so please pick up the phone and give them a call, 303-647-3980 to find out more, 303-647-3980. So what happens if a pedestrian is hit by a driver? Who's liable then?
So that goes into a lot of different factors, and in Colorado the law is comparative fault, which means that if both parties are 50-50 responsible, then there is no recovery. However, if the jury or judge determines that the driver is more than 50% at fault, then someone can recover, and whatever jury awards as the damages would be offset by the percentage of fault, assuming that the driver is more than 51 or more than 50% negligent.
So see, it can be really complicated. It's not always a cut, dry case where you just automatically are at fault. I want to encourage you to pick up the phone and give the attorneys of Larson and Larimer a call. They're ready to work for you. 303-647-3980. Why is it important to get an attorney to look at it as soon as possible in these cases?
So there's a lot of intricacies in these type of cases, but the biggest is preserving the evidence.
Okay.
And what that means is all of these cars nowadays, and mostly in trucks or other commercial vehicles, have what's called black box data. And that records how fast someone's going, whether or not they braked, and it records it from 5 seconds before the impact.
Okay, wait a minute. So you just said the black box data. So it records what again?
It records the driver's speed, whether or not they slowed down, what they did as far as braking, the RPMs of the vehicle, and we send out a preservation letter right away to capture all of this information. And if you look, on the screen, there's the black box data and what that shows. And if in fact your attorney doesn't send the preservation letter, then a lot of times the insurance company for the driver will not save this data, and it becomes critically important as the case proceeds.
I had no idea a car had a black box. I've heard about those on airplanes, but not vehicles. So that's really important information. Again, another reason why you should hire the professionals that are looking out for you. Talk about the other cases that you handle.
So another common and similar case involves people on bicycles. And again, most of the time they have the right of way and drivers to try and avoid them. However, there's a huge increase in auto bicyclist accidents, largely because people are so busy, they're not paying attention, they're using their cell phone, they become distracted. So in those cases, same type of thing. You need an experienced attorney that's done the preservation letters, that knows what to look for. So that's another thing that's on the rise for us.
Why do you think someone, if they're watching right now, why should they choose Larson and Larimer to litigate their case?
So the important thing is the experience, the expertise, and also the willingness to really get to know our clients. So those are the three things that I think are hugely important if you're going to select an attorney for one of these types of cases.
Absolutely. Experience for sure, and you guys definitely have that. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
Again, put the attorneys of Larson and Larimer to work for you. Their attorneys have helped people recover millions of dollars in compensation for such things as medical bills, lost wages, and pain and suffering. The attorneys from Larson and Larimer will give you the personal attention that you deserve and aggressively pursue your case against those who have caused you injuries. Give them a call. It's 303-647-3980 or find them online at personalinjurydenver.com. They paid for their segment on today's show.